This could be one of the strangest pieces of music you've ever encountered. I mean, you practiced for hours and hours to get your technique up to snuff. You studied classics, Baroque, Romantic period, and then one day someone puts this thing down in front of you. You say, "What is this?" And they say, "Just listen." Listen? But all you see is a piece of sheet music with a treble clef, several lines, but nothing written in it. And on the top, you see the number 4 and 33. And you realize that means 4 minutes and 33 seconds. But there's nothing written on it. What do? You're supposed to listen. The avant-garde composer and maybe even philosopher John Cage is the person who wrote this. It's written for any instrument or any combination of instruments, in his words. You see, John Cage believed that silence doesn't really exist, and he wanted to draw the audience's attention to the sounds around them. That's why every performance of this piece is different. So that's why I'm outside today taking a walk. If I want to prepare a good performance of this piece, unlike others, I'm not going to worry so much about thirds, sixths, octaves, and arpeggios. I'm not going to worry about intonation. I'm going to try to listen and see what I can put into the piece, or what the piece will put into the audience by itself. Let's just listen for a second and see what we hear. Right now I can hear an airplane in the distance. I can hear the sound of my feet on the pavement. I can hear some cars in the distance on a busy street, which is not too far away. And it's early spring here where I live, and I can hear a few birds coming out to sing their songs. It's very quiet, actually, but it isn't silent. This is music, according to John Cage. The work came out in 1952, and it's in 3 movements, believe it or not. Each movement has a set amount of time you're supposed to allow, but John Cage later said that the performer could decide for themselves, except that the overall piece should be 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence. Now, as you might expect, some people took the work as a joke, and other people, especially those who knew John Cage, thought of it as actually a revolutionary piece of music, possibly the most abstract or concrete piece of music that he could have written. When this work is performed, audiences sometimes sit in stunned silence. Sometimes they giggle, sometimes they sneeze or cough. John Cage didn't mind any of this. He thought that the sounds around you are what create music, whether they're played by the instrumentalists on stage or whether they're created by the sounds that the people in the audience are making. It could be the sounds of the HVAC system. It could be someone giggling or laughing. Basically, it could be any sound that you would hear during the performance of the piece of music. It causes you to reflect. It's actually quite an important piece of music for us performers as well, because it helps us to understand that the silences between notes are just as important as the music itself sometimes. Beethoven already knew the value of silence. John Cage just took it to an extreme. So if you're a performer, consider giving a performance of this work, 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence. I assure you, you will be giving a unique performance. So the next time you find yourself in a quiet place or even a loud place, take a moment to listen. What do you hear? Maybe, just maybe, that's music.